Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Dumpling Difference Discussion Show, episode 2.
Hi, Holly.
Steve, you look like you're out there working hard tonight.
I feel like a hot mess today.
What
and
do you
I
got
brought
going
and
on?
I brought my dog with me today. So
Aw.
yeah, that's always a nice thing when I do curry, or because I can't do that for dumpling or for any obviously food delivery. I my guess is people do it, but that's pretty disgusting. I hope people don't.
All right.
I mean, I'm just trying, I would never take my dog, and just honestly, I would never take my dog on any food or anything like related. But if we're just moving some paint, he can come with me.
You must have had a pretty good curry order come through.
Yeah, I had a busy curry day. I just a lot of miles. I'm gonna have to break this one down in my head when I get home tonight. I don't know. I feel like, is it Friday yet?
It's only Tuesday.
Yeah. And I told you I might not have a bunch of subject topics, but I actually do have one that I think that we should talk about, because I actually got a dumpling request from one of my customers today asking me if I could do a shop for them tomorrow. And I don't think I'm sick at all, but I definitely had a little bit of a temp. And I'm curious, like I actually told them that, hey, let me make sure I'm feeling good before I do that. But I'm really curious how many people doing Instacart, or I mean, God forbid, we know DoorDash and everything. How many people are sick? Forget the masks and everything, but how many people are sick doing this?
With just like cold and flu season, you mean?
Yeah, and delivering my groceries.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess people probably just do what they feel like they have to do, but...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like in the gig economy, like we all were kind of day to day. We can't afford to lose that day, but how are we? I mean, I don't know. Should we be doing shopping and taking people's food to them if we're not feeling well?
Well, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a thought of mine. I'm feeling good today. I'm just keeping an eye on my temperature, I guess.
Right. Well, and every order is not going to be a leave at the door either.
Yeah. I just mean like handling people's groceries though too. There's a responsibility with that.
Right. No, I agree.
I know it makes it harder, but I guess that's one of the things about dumpling that's awesome, is that I'm actually able to communicate with the customer, and I think they respected my answer of, no, please put it off. Like, I don't want you doing, this is why I'm not with Instacart. I don't want you doing my shopping sick.
Right. Well, and I guess I don't think about it as much because I'm in Florida, so I don't get sick down here like when you live in the Midwest or somewhere where you've got snow and cold and, you're sick all the time in the winter up there.
Right.
So.
And that's what I mean. Like when I'm in the store, I see, I can tell who are the Instacart shoppers. You know what I mean? You can just tell. And I see some of them, and they're not, I mean, I know we're past the days of PPE, but maybe it's not so bad to wear it because I've seen them like coughing and doing shops for people. And that makes me like, oh, maybe that's just me, but that's disgusting, dude. Like, that might be the reason why somebody called for an Instacart shop.
Right.
Was specifically because they're not feeling well. So the last thing they need is your germs coming to their house.
Or worse, they're immunocompromised, and so they're not going out, and then you're bringing big time germs to them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. I mean, I do have customers that, honestly, I have this customer that I've been doing for a long time, and she lives with her aunt who is very immunocompromised, and I've never even met them in person as long as I've been doing them, because it's always a leave at the door, because they don't come out, they don't go around people. So yeah, if I was sick with the flu, obviously that's not going to be great for me to go shop and drop my germs off at their door.
Yeah. I'm going to pull off here in just a second after I pass this one intersection of high traffic so I can talk to you. But yeah, I just kind of, I guess I'm curious because I guess the way to tell would be, to some kind of like poll on Instacart shoppers, like, do you work, and do it in a not threatening way, but like, do you work when you're not feeling 100%? Yes. Do you work when you're sick? Yes. Okay, now we have a problem.
Well, and it's not just Instacart, it's DoorDash and Uber Eats.
But let's blame Instacart. Just no, I'm
why am I not surprised?
I'm actually, you know what? No, it is all of them. You're right. I mean, and
Just
it's just
Instacart.
as much people bringing you your dinner. That's even worse because those, even though they're in hot bags, and let's please, people, if you are sick, please be transporting from the restaurant to a hot bag zipped in your car, left zipped, and then unzip, and then let the people deal with it. Like, please don't have it exposed if you're sick in your car.
Well,
hot food.
They should have a hot bag at all times anyway. That is my one pet peeve, is when I see people delivering food with no hot bags and picking up food with no hot. It drives me insane.
Yeah, and we know a lot of people just get in, let's be honest, maybe they're stacking things. Maybe they're taking 1, 2, 3 orders, and they're using their hot bag for a big order, and then they've got this order, and they're
but I've got about 15 bags in my car.
That's my point, but
you just got to make sure you're covered. That's part of your responsibility as a gig worker.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I mean, I guess, I see most of the deliveries I see. Again, I don't use the services too much for food delivery at all. My son and I just don't. But the people that I see in my neighborhood who get it, like, I rarely see a hot bag used. I'm going to be honest. I see people pull up and I see them take the food up, and they're not using hot bags.
No, I've had restaurants tell me, you're the first person that's come in with a hot bag. What?
Yeah.
I think the restaurant should turn them away.
Yeah, I mean, these,
some it's not going to be a popular opinion, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, let's just be honest. So this isn't about any platform, guys. This is just about sanitary purposes.
Right, and I don't know what and honest to God, I've never ordered food delivery from any of the apps. The only food delivery I've ever ordered is, back in the day, you order pizza delivery. But if I've ordered off of DoorDash, it's been because I'm out here working and I'm going to go pick something up myself. Because honestly, since I've started this job, it's made me less likely to order delivery because I know that people aren't doing the things that I'm comfortable. I want my food in a hot bag.
And I mean, this should be part of our push for people, like, and if you're catching this, anybody watching it, even on the replay, whatever, and you're catching this, listen, because most of your Instacart shoppers are sick or they're not using bags properly. And I'm sorry that I have to pick on Instacart. It's just there's really not a way to pick on Spark as much. Instacart's been around, and people have, even Instacart sells overpriced bags, or you probably have hot bags, but I see on a daily basis Instacart shoppers in the stores not using anything they're supposed to.
Right, because they should have bags that put the cold items in.
I mean, seriously, these customers are way overpaying as it is for a service. At least offer them the service. Don't just throw. I mean, to me, it's that tagline I use sometimes about, don't just throw their stuff. Like, what, you just want your groceries thrown in the dirt? Here you go.
I know, I love that.
I mean, but it's the truth. Like, if you're paying for a service here, I mean, like, I don't know a single person that gets on Instacart and is like, please throw my shopped groceries in the dirt.
Well, I don't know that a leave at the door is a throw my groceries in the dirt, but
well, I'm just saying, like, then there becomes with a lot, at least where I live, I don't know about you, Holly, but again, seasonal stuff. And this, I know you're from, you've got roots in Illinois and stuff. So I know you're very familiar with seasonal. A lot of times, like, in metro cities like me in Denver, we have like a very thin, we have a very thin path to the door. So you could be blocking the door. I don't know, you're in a jam because you could be blocking the door from opening. So people, instead, there's like little flower beds that in the winter are just dirt.
Okay, so that's not the area that I'm from in Illinois is not like that. I'm from central Illinois. I'm not like Chicago area or anything that was like
Right.
that.
I mean, I guess just, Denver, like I'm just pointing out that a lot of, everything's just kind of crowded together. So we all make our gardens, but those gardens are dead for like 9 months out of the year. Let's be honest. I mean, unless you're very careful, most of us just let it go dead in the non-summer months.
Well, I'm not familiar with Denver, but I will be making a trip out there this spring. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, I guess my point is that like I see my neighborhood though, and the people who have their things delivered, they are, and it's not that they're thrown in the dirt, guys, but they are nicely placed in the dirt.
Well, again, that's kind of a customer's call if they want it left at their door, or do they want it handed?
Yeah, I mean, with me already, with all of my dumpling customers, I am already I wouldn't dare do that. Like, I'm already taking it into their house with everyone.
Well, but I have a couple customers that, like I said, don't want contact with people, so I'm having to leave it at the door.
Understand.
I have two
immunocompromised and things like that. Yes, different story.
Yeah. Right. But of course, I mean, I'm absolutely willing to take it in somebody's kitchen. And, I even stood there and chatted with the lady, unpacked her groceries while we were just chit-chatting, one day, helped her. But, just because I was standing there. But yeah. I don't know. I think that the type of person that should start a business with Dumpling is not the type of person that probably shops for Instacart when they're very sick or, doesn't use the proper equipment. I think that somebody that's going to care enough to start their own business on Dumpling is going to care enough to provide good customer service.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's, I guess, part of the push. Let's celebrate that you have a Dumpling affiliate link.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Seriously, that's a big deal. I got a message from Ashley saying, right after you sent me that message, is saying that she's like, here's your new link, by the way, because mine was dated.
Oh, right. Yeah, mine is Savvy 2023.
But let's plug Holly's, because that's that's what this show is. So you guys, like, if you're not signed up with Dumpling, absolutely use the link. Hopefully she put it in the show notes.
I didn't have time. It came right before this, and I was just getting to where I was and set up. But
I'll put it in the show notes as soon as the show is over.
Yeah, I'll add it. But they can use yours or mine. I'm assuming you are Steve 2023, right?
No. I don't even. I think it might be Rodeo. I don't know what she's.
Oh, that's right. I think you were Rodeo, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but no, I'll put both of them in there. I don't care who they use, but if you do sign up to Dumpling and use either Steve's link or my link, we don't get anything for it. We're not, profiting off of it at all. But what you get is not paying the $19.99, and they pay $1.
Yeah, I think $1. I think that's more just to verify the credit card, though, than anything.
Right.
It's not really even about the dollar, you guys.
Exactly. But then that gives you 60 free days on the Pro program to try that out for your first 60 days. Yeah. And that, of course, with all of the other things that comes along with that.
Then you can change how you want, but you got 60 days to come at this with the full, what is that, the $30 value, right?
The $19.99, so it's
or the $19.99. Okay.
60-day free trial on the Pro plan, your physical card, your virtual card, your personal web page, your scheduling, payment, and promotional tools in the Boss app.
Wait, why am I thinking this is $29.99?
Because you're thinking per month. This is the setup fee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't have to pay that $19.99 setup fee.
Right. But I'm also now saying for the 2 months, you're getting you're basically almost $100.
Yeah.
I mean, is what it is. You're getting $100 worth of free. Like if you go just sign up for Dumpling, it's not like they're ripping you off at all. But you're gonna pay $100. You're gonna pay for all this out of the gate if you just use Holly's link. Again, we don't get anything for it.
No, the first month, because
and we don't.
Your first
we don't
month,
care.
you're going to pay
That's not
the
what it's about.
$19.99, and then the $29 plan. So that's the first month only, and then the second month you've got the $29 plan. So yeah, you've got 2 months of $29 plus the $19.99 that you avoid paying if you use one of our links.
Yeah.
So
and again, there's nothing that it's I'm trying to even think like nothing helps us, Holly or I, at all.
No.
But it literally helps you guys huge. I mean, if you're not using, I mean, this is how you need to start. You need to start with some link, because it really takes all the initial fee off and gets you set up, and you got 2 months of all the privileges too.
Right. So start it when you're ready to start. I mean, don't start it and then just let it sit for a month and waste that time either. I mean, if you're going to do it. Put your energy into it. And
that's what I did the first time I set up mine.
It
was the second time I got very serious. The first time I let the 2 months go by. I'm gonna be honest. I let the 2 months go by. I didn't even do anything with it. And then the third month I saw it on my billing. And I was like, wait a minute, I never did anything with this. What's going on? But
nice.
The second time I got it set up, I set it up as I want to be on the free plan, and I set it up correctly. And now I'm moving over to the professional plan anyway.
Right.
So it's kind of, I kind of made a joke of myself the first time, because the second time going through it, it really, like, now I'm like, I even started off free. I knew what to do. And I would recommend that to people too, is, like, immediately make it free. You're going to get all the privileges anyway for 2 months, but make it free until you have, even Dumpling tells you that, until you have a couple customers.
Right. Well, and I didn't, when I started out, I didn't have a link. So I did actually do the free for the first, 6 or 7 months. And then, I started, realizing that I had enough customers that I needed to move over to the other plan. So,
and I don't know about you. This last week, I have noticed, we talked about this on the roundtable a week or two ago, but Kroger is like going hard at they've always done, most stores always have been doing you can get your groceries and pick them up for free. No problem. Right? Your stores do that down by you, I'm sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like your Winn-Dixie's and stuff, like you can go to their, maybe not specialty stores, but
Publix does, and Walmart always has Walmart pickup. So
right, okay, so but Kroger is now doing, in Denver, they're doing $7.99 delivery to anywhere that day, flat fee, and their big tag is, we use our store prices.
Really?
Now that happened because of I know that they had an Instacart incident down in Florida, where they actually stopped letting Instacart be used at that specific Kroger because of people stealing and adding items. I mean, you and I even talked about this, I think.
That wasn't in Florida, was it? We don't have Kroger here.
Yeah, I think it was like up in the, what is it, up in the top portion?
Oh, maybe up in the Panhandle or something, because I know there's no Kroger down here.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it was. Yeah, maybe it was in Florida, because it was a Kroger for sure. Or a Kroger.
There may be some in the Panhandle that I'm not aware of. I'm just too far south.
But regardless, it's funny because very shortly after this, now here in Denver, $7.99, and their big tag is, and no upcharge on the groceries.
Who is?
So they're slapping Instacart across the face and going, okay, enough.
Who's delivering those though?
I have no idea. No. They're not being outsourced. It's being done through Kroger.
They're hiring their own delivery people.
Or they're having staff, I guess. I don't know how it's being done, but it's not DoorDash. It's not any of the services doing it.
Well, you need to look into that and find out who they're using.
I'm going to be, because it's only been the last week. It's on, like, literally, you know how our YouTubes, and a lot of us creators have YouTube paid for, or we have the premium service. I turned mine off intentionally a couple months back because I like to see the ads.
Oh.
And all of my ads right now that are normally our Instacart are being pummeled by Kroger.
Really?
Yeah. And it seems like almost like ads that are saying, do not use Instacart. We're sorry for the interruption.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a slap to them. It's saying, hey, we understand that they are using their own pricing index. We're not okay with it. And it's almost like subtly addressing we understand people are stealing things. We understand this is going on. We understand the service is crap. We understand you guys are being like outrageously charged. So we're just going to do $7.99 flat rate, same day delivery.
Well, I have something that you will find very interesting. When I was on Instacart this week, because I was comparing receipts from Publix with Instacart prices. Sure, pretty funny. There is a little blurb on their page for Publix that says, I really don't think that they're being honest, that Publix is setting the prices. That it's not that basically it's not us upcharging you. Publix is setting these prices.
Well, I think technically that's correct, because, I wouldn't blame, I mean, that's kind of how it reads for everyone, because it's like they do have to reset the prices. It's almost like, like the Instacart's doing the prices, but they have to give them the thumbs up to do it. And the reason being that it's been, hey, to use our platform, we need to be able to offset the prices is how we do it. Can we have the thumbs up from you? And it's like, yeah, kind of. And I think that's kind of what you're telling me to do is go look into this, what's going on with Kroger. And I'm gonna, because I think they've had it with this. I think they've had it with these agreements and this. Yeah, okay, that sounds shady. Sure, we agree to it. Because, yeah, if you look into it like you did, you're going to probably find that they've agreed to the terms of DoorDash or Instacart or whatever they're working with, because that's the terms. I mean, that's even how they work, right, with the mom and pop sandwich shops here with DoorDash. I mean,
I just found it interesting because I felt like it was kind of their way of trying to put the blame on somebody else.
Well, because they're SaaS, service as a software platforms, they can't interrupt the contract. So the contract needs to be diluted by Publix or Kroger, or it's like them saying, listen, we're happy to get involved, but this is what you need to put into your contract. So they've even got it written for you.
Right.
Here's what we need you to rewrite into your business contract. And then we can provide a connection service. Well, why can't you just provide the connection service? You know why? Because it's shady.
Right. Hey, let's hop down in the chat. Say hello.
Yeah, I can't see it, but okay.
Oh, you can't see it? Okay, well.
Oh, wait, I'll bring it up.
Ashley's here.
Oh, hi, Ashley.
And I'm Zen55 is here.
Okay, so I can bring it up. So I'm sorry, I'm in the car.
What Ashley said, because I figure you want to address what Ashley said about the Kroger.
So let me see. Well, so also thank you for addressing the Savvy 2023 or Rodeo 2023. Yeah. So that's more. Also, I wanted to tell Holly that I invited Ashley to come on next month with us.
Great.
Because I think that'd be a good discussion. But let me see. It's funny you say that. Yeah, so it currently says unavailable. Yeah, see, it's funny, Ashley, because here in Denver, not only is it subtle anymore, like I guess I'm going to have to screen record some of the commercials. I guess that's what I'll have to do. Because I can't think of another way, because, you know, they're like the YouTube commercials that are coming through, and if you click them, they go away. So I guess what I'll have to just do is bring it up, because if you're not local here, Denver, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. But I'll screen record them, and I'll share them with Ashley and with you, Holly, so that you see what I'm seeing, because it's literally Kroger going at them, at Instacart's throat, and saying Ashley, I don't know how late into this you're coming, but literally like kind of aggressively saying like, we are sorry for what you have been through with this crappy company. We are moving to our own services directly through us. Kroger, you trust. And again, out here, Kroger is King Soopers. So what I'll be sending you guys are King Soopers commercials. We don't have Kroger, but Kroger owns King Soopers. So it's like we have, if you go into King Soopers, you can buy Kroger milk. You can buy Kroger products.
Right. Well, like where, I don't know where Ashley is, but it's Fred Meyer where she is. Is she in California? Is that Ashley? Are you in California?
Yeah.
No, she said she's outside of Seattle. She's in Washington. Sorry. She already said that. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, bottom line is they're coming at them very aggressively and in a scary way. I've never seen ads like this in my life. And it's like I think Kroger's a huge nationwide name. I think they want to be done with Instacart. To pull the plug on Instacart would be, I mean, talk about it going from 48 billion valuation for Instacart 15 months ago to 10 billion questionable now. Kroger to pull its national deal with Instacart, that would cut it literally in half the valuation in one day. And you would have, I mean, they haven't even IPO'd yet. There would be no reason to IPO. You'd have investors bailing left and right. I mean, it's a scary thing, and it's actually pretty crazy because the ads, and again, the ads are $7.99 same day delivery. And you know, Holly challenged me to go look into it. I will. I'll actually go up to the Kroger by me where I do most of my personal shopping, and where if a client for Dumpling is prefers a King Super Shop, you can do Safeway or other ones through me as well too. I haven't added everything yet, but I do.
But even though Kroger's going to do that in your area and that's going to be available to your clients, it's still not going to be like booking with you, because again, they don't know what kind of shopper they're getting. They don't know who's picking out their stuff. It's not the same thing.
So, no. In fact, I got to be honest with you. I view this as a great time for me to go in and meet the management of Kroger here.
Well, that's another thing I was going to say is find out who's doing those deliveries, because it could be maybe you.
Right, because I want to ask him, hey man, what are you doing? I run a YouTube channel on gig work and stuff, and I want to talk to you about this. Also, I happen to do these deliveries for an honest company, unlike Instacart. What could I do to offset and help you out here?
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. So I'll be really anxious to hear what they say.
I guess the biggest picture is too, like, you don't need to be me or you, Holly, with an Instacart or with a YouTube channel and a voice to be able to reap some of the benefits of this. If people don't need to view it as bad that Kroger's saying, you know what, $7.99 same day delivery. It's more of a, we hate Instacart and we're done with this crap. And we're not going to be held down by it anymore. So I view that as like, now is the time for you to be that dumpling shopper that can do all of the things that people need, because there's going to be fallout from Instacart shoppers who yeah, they might just go to that route, but I want to go talk to the Kroger manager about like, hey, what can we do to make it easier on you, but also make sure that people who want specific vitamins or things like this isn't just thrown into the general population pool of deliveries.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I view this as if something like that were to collapse here, I view that as a great thing because even for the dumpling platform, because I think that's all the more reason to get on dumpling. I mean,
No, I
that's the
agree.
time for dumpling to shine and you as a shopper to shine. I think I'll say this honestly, I know some Instacart shoppers who honestly take a lot of pride in their work.
Me too.
And I would love to see them benefit from that pride and have it be their pride, not just random assigned crappy pay orders.
Don't you think though that, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but don't you think that most of the people that maybe started Instacart during, the high time and, like I did, and that are very conscientious about their work and their customer service, that they have either gotten fed up and quit doing Instacart altogether and just are doing something else? Or I don't know that there's a whole lot of people doing just Instacart anymore. And you know what? I'm going to retract that a little bit, because this could be very market specific when I say that, because maybe not everywhere is having completely crappy orders. Like the one guy, I can't think of his name right now. It's off.
Random Ryan.
What's his name?
Random Ryan.
Yeah. Wherever Random
Ryan
is, he says he has good batches there. So, this may
and
not go for his area.
And he's shown me he does. He
Okay.
does. He crushes it in Austin, Texas. And I've heard other things about Texas too. It does seem to be a blooming Instacart market. I don't know why.
I don't know either, but
for whatever reason.
So I guess I should say in general, or in the towns that Instacart has gone downhill like it has in my area anyway, I think that most good shoppers are probably not doing a whole lot of it. I mean, like, I've done one batch this week.
But there are people like Kim Side Money Plans,
right,
who hates Instacart like I do. I don't really hate them. I just hate them. But
tell us how you really feel.
But Kim, this new year has turned her Instacart back on. She has added it to her arsenal because January was slow, right?
Right.
Now, she even, funny enough, showed us her screenshot that she was onboarded to Instacart in 2019 and has done 0 shops.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, but now she's done 1 or 2. Or she's done more even now. She gets it. I think she knows that there's some whatever out there. But Kim is now looking at doing a dumpling page. She's actually considering this. And I think let's be honest, it all takes a little nudging to actually get the dumpling thing.
I don't understand of all people why she wouldn't do it.
Because here's the problem with Kim. First of all, she works around the clock. She's just a workhorse. And her market is money no matter what app she does. So it's almost like, how do I find the time to do this? But that's what I've told her. Hey, in this right now, January was slow, right? Well, take that time now and build. First of all, I think everybody should be really outsourcing, not just a dumpling, but turn on all your apps, guys. 2023 is going to be a crazy ride. And for the gig economy, and be ready to use what you got. I would rather have curries that I have, that I do every day, and dumpling customers that I'm acquiring that I know I can count on them. I don't need the weather to be bad and Instacart to surge to sit there and pray. And my market must be the worst of the worst. I'll be honest. Even Tony and Lisa, who live here in Denver as well, will back me on this one. It's just horrible. But the only time I even see something maybe even worth grabbing is during a snowstorm. Okay, well, I can't live like that. And I would rather have it's a slow build, but it's not actually as slow as I thought. I mean, I only have a handful of customers, but I'm thankful to all of them. They all treat me well. They love the personal touch, and every one of them, maybe they don't have horror stories, but every one of them is glad to have deleted the Instacart app off their phone. And it's odd.
Right.
It's oddly, I've actually asked them. I only have the 5 clients, but I got to say, like I said, do you have Instacart as a backup? And I don't even care, but do you have it? And they said, no. After a second shop, they literally were like, no, I wasn't going to use it anyway, but it's deleted now. I don't. So I think every one of them, it's sad that it takes an Instacart customer a bad experience to find Dumpling.
I just think it is about spreading the word, because who wouldn't want to use us over Instacart? Because, I mean, you want to pay more for your groceries? You want to have a different shopper every time that, you don't know what they're doing or what they're picking, or they don't maybe care about your produce and they don't care about your expiration dates. I mean, really, when you compare the two, it's like, why would they ever choose that when they know that this is available for them? There's no reason. Zero.
Yeah,
it's just, it's all about getting the word out.
Yeah.
People just don't know that there is an option. So that's, when we take this on as our small business, that's our responsibility, is to get that word out. Talk everywhere you go about your business.
Yeah. And I mean, look at Holly's car has it. Look at the frame of our show. It has her stamp and logo everywhere. Her car has that. It's like she's out there branding every day. And I mean, like, tell me that.
And I have gotten jobs.
Tell me that isn't huge to park that in the grocery store, though. I mean, that's gotta, like, I don't even I hope you have a QR code, by the way, associated with that. You don't, do you?
I'm not really. I don't use QR codes. Myself, I really don't use them. So
no, but a QR code in your logo on your car decal that takes you to your dumpling page.
Well, I've got the address that they can just type in.
But people are morons. We know this. They just want to open their camera.
Well, I was a moron because I didn't know what the hell you did with the QR code. I'm like, what do you do with that thing? I didn't know what you did with it for the longest time.
I will say that before the pandemic, everybody was like, what are you doing with QR codes? Because I actually have some background with working with them. But so, like, I could have you one coded for free in minutes. There's a bunch of sites you can do it for free. You can just have a QR code made to whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I think
I have one on my Venmo.
And that's already. However, if I were to do a decal on mine, I absolutely want it in the logo, because people, if they take the picture, even like just to go, oh, that's cool, let me take a picture so I remember it, that will launch the QR code by opening the camera to take the picture, though. That's how crazy it is.
Well, aren't you tricky?
Well, but I'm just saying, are we supposed to be advertising?
Yes.
I mean, you're not putting it on your card to, like, just to show people that you made a logo in the parking lot. You want business, right?
I just think it's funny, like, you're hiding at your logo, like, look, they think they're just taking a picture and they're going to get sent over there. That's funny.
But that's how it should work. Because they take a picture and it's not like a trick. You're being taken to a dumpling page and you're being shown a profile that you do the shopping.
Right.
All of a sudden they're forget about the picture they were trying to take.
See, Ashley said lots of customers don't get QR codes either. So we tell people to put their link below too, just in case.
Wait, I gotta see this. It's funny that you said. But okay, so Ashley, what's your take on it? Because I would say I want to have a QR code, and I would be willing to make a free QR code, Ashley, for any single person on the dumpling platform, because it takes under a minute. I'll do it for every single one for free. They just need to
I
tell me the
thought,
website they want it sent to and email me, and I will do it for free. I will send it to the dumpling page, and I'll
I
send them
thought,
back the QR code.
so Dumpling doesn't offer the QR code. I thought that we already did offer those.
Well, the QR is like more of like, maybe it does, but the QR is what captures it. But there's like free websites that can write the script. I can just enter in there where to point it to, and then I take a picture of it and I send it to you, and that's your QR code. Like, okay, like TikTok. If you go to TikTok and if you go to your account, in there is a QR code that if you were to save that picture on your phone, it will launch your TikTok account to anybody that takes a picture of that picture, or that you send that picture to and they touch it.
Wait, say that again?
So like that, TikTok is smart enough that its algorithm knows, let's have a QR code in there so that if anybody even sees this and takes a picture, it'll send them to the profile.
If they see what?
Like if you were to post on Instagram,
right,
your QR for TikTok, like they've got like an IntelliSense thing where like just by touching it, you're going to launch TikTok, which is something Instagram doesn't like, but it does it anyway. I'm just saying QR codes are designed to help promote, and I think in a positive way. I don't think they're tricky and deceiving. That's what I'll say.
Okay, Ashley said that Dumpling has a QR code on the free business cards at startup, but otherwise people just use free QR code makers or Vistaprint, Canva, etc.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because I've got Canva, so I mean I can make one on Canva.
Right. I'm just saying, like, as long as you don't want, if people don't care how, like for you, Holly, you would care because you want your logo incorporated in it. But if anybody who has a dumpling thing and doesn't want to do the research, if they just email Steve at Rideshare Rodeo, I'll send you back a QR code to your dumpling link if you just send me your store link. And then you can put it on business cards, or you can put it on flyers, or you can take it to your local Kroger and meet the manager of Kroger before the fall of Instacart.
There you go. Right.
That's a big deal, guys. I mean, that's
Hi,
you know
Tommy.
what? For this show, that's breaking news. That is breaking news that Kroger is I mean, I got to record it for you guys for sure, the video, but Kroger is saying no here in Denver to Instacart. They're pissed.
Yeah, well, I did hear that story about the people that were stealing, and Kroger was kind of a big deal.
But I think it's funny because I already know my phone listens to me. I've told you this before, Holly.
like 100%. I know that it listens to everybody.
Right.
No,
like,
I know it's
Holly
for sure.
and I are not conspiracy theorists, or even if we are in our off time, we're not doing that here right now. But
I am seriously not a conspiracy. I'm very anti those people, to be honest, but I 100% believe that.
I mean, like a perfect example was when we went to the St. Louis gig con, and I was with Gary the whole weekend. I had never in my life mentioned is it Branson, Missouri?
Yes.
Or is it Branson? Branson? Is it an N or an M?
Branson.
I had never mentioned it, talked about it, thought about it, never looked into vacationing there, didn't even know about the place, knew nothing. And actually it has a lot of history and stuff. Got it now. But you know what? Every social media of mine blew up on me that I needed to go to Branson because Gary was one of the people I was around the most. So my phone was listening the whole time, and him and his wife had just come from Branson.
And how many ads did you get for okra?
Not as many, but I'm just saying the Branson thing really blew me up. Like it was like, visit Branson, go to Branson, $99. Like I'm like going, yeah, okay, I get it. And Gary built it up big too. But I mean, that just even got into like a deeper thought with me. Like, wow, not only were they listening, but they know I'm good friends with Gary. They know I take his advice strongly.
Right.
Like, I'm really worried about how much my phone listens. Like, I'm going to start keeping it in a different room when I sleep. And maybe like out in the car.
Well, if you're asleep, I don't think it matters. I think it's when you're awake that it matters.
Yeah, it's gonna start being like in a different house or in my car when I'm in my house. My phone's gonna be in my car.
I wonder if you have your phone off, if it still listens. I bet it
It
does.
does. It
I bet it
does. I'm
does.
sure. If Gary were here, he'd probably jump in with a comment about this.
Yeah, where is Gary? He's our moderator. Where is Gary tonight?
I don't know. I forgot to. I wasn't able to share this because I was running some curry. But hi, Sherry. Hi, Tommy. What's up? How are you, Tommy?
I haven't seen Tommy for a while.
Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. We way sidetracked. I know that. God, there was something else I did want to mention about.
Since we were here last time, have you acquired any new customers?
One.
And how did you get that customer?
From another customer.
No, that's good to know.
I mean, to be honest, that's how it's all going, though.
And that's so odd because I haven't gotten any customers that way.
Well, but are they, I guess, like the customer, so the one customer that is kind of led me to others, they're definitely like, were using Instacart a lot, and they were, and there's a scene, and they go out and hit the bars with their friends, and they're younger than me,
right?
Kind of thing. So it's
that's not hard. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm the same as you are.
But my point is like, but they're 30 somethings, and I think that just like we know from social media, they're the best business. So it's like, how do we attract the Instacart shoppers that are using it purely out of what they think is convenience and redirect them into what is true convenience, better service, and way better communication, and a very honest, straightforward platform. Hey, you want to know how much your groceries cost? Go to the app and let's look directly through the store. I love it. Like, that's what Dumpling is. Like, you want to go to Sprouts? Okay. You want to go to King Soopers? You want to go to Safeway? That's fine. Go look at their store prices. We don't need to upcharge you, and there's not going to be some bunch of fees, and it's straight up. And I think that sells itself. So it's like, how do we get the word to the Instacart customer? And I guess in my case is, maybe I have one person who, and they actually are, who is very like loud on social media. And I think that helped me. I think they got loud and were like, dude, Instacart sucks. And, this dude's hooking me up now.
Now, did you go into Dumpling and put in your zip code to see how many shoppers popped up for your area?
I don't even pop up. So, Ashley, why don't I pop up?
Are you too new?
Maybe. I don't know. Because, again, I know, Ashley, I screwed up the first time. This was like a year ago. If you were here, maybe I somehow screwed it up, the algorithm or something. But, like, I never even acquired one shopper. I was hoping to get it going. It was one of those things, and I just never got it going. But this time around, since I have been putting in the effort, I've been doing it long enough, and I'm surprised I don't show up.
Yeah, you should. I would think that you should at this point.
I mean, I put in my zip code, and other people come up, and they're not in my zip code.
What do you mean? They obviously service your zip code.
Yeah, but I'm in my zip code, and I'm go to the website. I put in my zip code, and it's like, dude.
And are you sure? Do you have that set up correctly, where you put in all the zip codes that you will service?
Maybe I need to go in and look. But honestly, like, I mean, I set it up I'm always tweaking out my thing a little bit, even the pricing. I've changed the pricing model around like 3 times since you and I started talking.
normal. That's normal. And Ashley, to answer your question about advertising a referral discount, I did have that on my business cards on my last batch of cards. But that's about all I have done as far as that goes. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Ashley, you know, like I guess, first of all, we need to get you on, and when I'm not in my car and when I'm at my podcast station, and we need to get you on for an episode that we literally plan out some really good questions and just stuff that you're used to anyway, like on a day-to-day basis from the Dumpling University type standpoint, but where we can bring it into the people who need to just be exposed. So maybe not calling it dumbing it down a few levels, but more like making it real to people. You know, I think that's how that episode would go. And I know that I'm speaking for Holly too. We would love to have you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, obviously Joel's always welcome, but we'd really love to have you because I think that you'd be a good voice to actually to talk about this and to bring, like, if, you know, when I'm sitting at my desk and we have some questions laid out, I think that you'd be a good voice. Because like I was saying, like with Kim, we got to get Kim involved. Kim has a big platform. You know, the more of these YouTubers that have big platforms who are suffering slow January. Well, if you're suffering slow January, try it. I mean, that's
it's February now. So,
right. But I mean, like, if that's your thing though, if January was tough for you and February's not, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom at all.
Yeah, I don't think February is any better than January, but.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If you're rolling into February and it's still just kind of that feeling so far, I mean, look, it's not just gig work either, though. It's the state of the economy right now. It doesn't. Right. You could say the gig work's all down. It is, but everybody's down across the boards. There's layoffs across the boards. I mean, the tech sector's being destroyed by layoffs. So Hannibal and I did a thing on, is your W-2 even safe anymore? You know, it's like people are like, maybe I'm going to go back to the safety net of the W-2. Really? Because is that even safe?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, you know, to me, it's brand identity, and make sure that you have, you know, make sure that even if your resume's in your head, even though you should have one somewhat updated, but like, even I think it's good to update your resume just to make yourself feel better.
Mm-hmm. I do need to update mine. I would like to just have an updated one for myself, but
you know, even if you're not sending it out, like I put out a challenge to people, I think a few months ago. I said, listen, every month I want you to send your resume out to a 6-figure job or some job that's so out of your reach but it's something you know you do good at and that you love. And my challenge is to put out your resume to that one a month with a nice cover letter, and just see, because I feel like we're in times where schooling and all that, maybe it's not mattering as much as it used to. And maybe the passion behind something matters a lot more.
Right.
I mean, still, they're going to want to talk to you and you need to be able to have a look. But like, I guess one of my reasons for doing it was because I knew somebody who wanted to get into graphic arts. They didn't have any training. Before the pandemic, here in Denver, you can't get into graphic arts. Good luck. Even the entry-level stuff goes to people who went to the Art Institute or to other things, like whatever. But maybe you learned all that on your own. Now you can get those positions and you don't need to go to those institutes. So what's happened is the W-2 is safe? No, but is it more open? I think it is. I think options are open to people that have never been open before.
Why are they taking people, though, that are just learning on their own versus the schooling now?
Because they can't even find people to hire.
Oh.
I mean, I really can't do the math, because it seems like if you do the math, everybody'd be out of work. But we still seem to be suffering from a lack of people wanting to do work.
I agree.
I mean, there's
I
jobs
still
out
see
there,
that.
you guys.
Yeah, I see that around everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Like, and then, don't even get me started about the independent contractor thing, because now that's 60 million people. That's a third of the America's workforce. And they want to fight to put that out of business.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you already got some inflated numbers that don't make sense.
I just hope that enough the states that are already jumping on board with that they fail so fast and so miserably that it doesn't get spread very far before they realize that what a mistake it is.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work for anybody.
No, I mean, no, but it is going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen on some level. Joe Biden's got to leave, and it's nothing against him. It's, he's got to leave a mark for his legacy. And what will it be? Probably a lot of compromise. And in the end, it will hurt the workers. I'm just going to make it very short for people, is that's what I know his legacy is, to be 100% W-2 union model, 1940s, let's go, but come on, Joe, wake up. Like, we got to move with the times. The world is saying that it's going to triple the gig economy by 2025. America can't be the only one that says, no, let's not have gig economy. Let's be W-2s. Really? Right. I mean, really?
I know.
Like it or not, we got to keep up with things. You know what I mean? I happen to like it, but if you don't, like, it seems like the worst timing to fight letting people be entrepreneurs and invest in themselves.
Definitely. It has exploded since 2020. And even before that, it was a thing. But since then, it really has exploded, and people realize that they didn't have to be at a desk and they didn't have to be in an office. And, it really has changed dramatically in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to. Even being a content creator, if you told somebody that was your job 10 years ago, they'd laugh at you, and, they didn't. But as time is going on, people are starting to understand that these things are real, and these people are making a lot of money doing these things, and it's a real job. It's not, YouTube isn't just funny cat videos anymore. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there. I'm not monetized, just for the record here, people, but there are a lot of people that, do this full time and make a lot of money doing it.
Can you even see my partner here?
No.
Oh, hey, Bobo.
Where's the flashlight?
Oh,
there he is. Oh, hi, babies.
He was sleeping.
What's his name?
Bodie.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, when I woke him up, he had complete red eye. He was like, what?
How old is he?
He's 8.
Oh.
So,
all right. Well, we didn't get a whole lot of
No, but it's the
it's
the attraction. I'm going to share this out, and then it kind of gives me, and I know that I gotta resend the Google Doc to you, because I do have other things added to that. I think as we keep adding to that, also I like to be home when we do these.
Yeah.
I know that you do a lot of stream from your car, but I don't. Like, if I do, it's grumpy Steve in the morning, hangry Steve. I'm not fed, and I'm doing curry, and I'm running paint, and I'm just, it's dark out. It's 4 a.m. and I still keep it fun, but that's just a different thing. Like, my setting is to be at home with my desk, and that's how I wanted to be today, but I just the day got ahead of me.
Yeah. And Tony, I see you in there too. Hi, Tony. Tony snuck in there at the end. Didn't want to not say hello to him.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll be back 2 weeks from tonight, and we'll be a little more.
Yes, 2 weeks from tonight, I will be at my desk, how I like to be.
Yeah.
And
Be a little more regimented.
But not that anything was wrong about tonight, because I'm going to share this out because I think there's a lot of great content in just the Kroger stuff alone.
No, there is, of course.
I think that discussion that we had in the beginning of this is worth anybody going back and listening to the start of this.
I think anybody that is in a town with a Kroger needs to do what you're going to do and get in there and talk to their people and find out, especially if they've already started their dumpling business or they're thinking about starting one, that could be a good jumping off point for them.
Yeah. I mean, look at Tony's. I know that Tony's in here and he's in my market. I've been pushing him for a dumpling. By the way, Tony, yes, you need to text me after this show because of tomorrow. I don't know how we're going to coordinate all that with such little time.
What did you have going tomorrow?
Well, so we're supposed to be we always do coffee in Colorado in the morning.
Right.
But we are supposed to be up at the mountain doing it tomorrow. But he needed to come to my house to use gear to have me get a deck. We have 12 decks here, Max and I needed to get a snowboard ready for him, bindings, all this stuff. We didn't do it, and so now this is why I wanted to do it over the weekend because it takes me a minute to get all that stuff done. But
so were you going to go snowboarding after your coffee in Colorado, or were you going to?
No, so that was the thing. We were going to do it right there from the village.
Oh, cool.
And so me, Lisa, and Tony, but we got to figure that out. I mean, maybe it just has to get pushed a week. I don't know. I just don't know how we're going to me, it's a whole thing. Yes, I have a go bag for snowboarding. I have two go because I do backcountry.
Sure.
So I'm a little more ready. I just can grab my bag and go. But Tony's not ready like that. We need to go through the whole thing, and it's a whole deal. I gotta edge the board, wax it for him. Oh,
I'm sure Tony has all that done.
No, he's gonna be using my board.
Oh,
or one of our boards. So I'm gonna be doing it.
well, then what are you doing?
I need him to come here, and we need to size him up with a board. We need to.
Oh, they have to be a certain size or something, boards?
Well, he's borrowing some gear from me too. So, I mean, it's a whole deal. Yeah. And yes, it is. I mean, you can do it just based on height and weight. But then for me, I do it based on I do it now more on snow. So if it's, I'll ride anywhere from 158 centimeters to 165 in powder. So if it's deep powder, I'm going to ride the longer board because you get up on top of it easier.
I want video of you snowboarding. I really want to see this.
I actually just took a ton with Max and I this weekend.
You did?
It's all GoPro footage. I don't even know what to do with it. I would have to edit through it. I will.
Throw some up on YouTube.
I mean, I have another YouTube channel where I have my production work and it, and some snowboard videos of me and stuff over the years.
Oh, okay. Well, text me that later when we get off.
I will. I really don't do much promotion with it. It's just, I mean, it's good. It's got a lot of the production work I've done too. So, but it's got snowboarding stuff. But Max and I the video we just took was some fresh stuff. And actually I got pissed because the GoPro 10 that I have overheated, and we were in the backcountry in snow and it overheated, and I pulled out my GoPro 3 and it worked. It's my backup cam. I have a GoPro 3 and then I don't have any of the versions going up to 10, but then I have a 10 and the 10 doesn't work as well as the 3.
Wow. I have one GoPro that I bought right before our cruise last year in April. And I think it's maybe a 6 or a 7. I don't know. I just don't know how to use it very well yet. So maybe you can teach me.
Yeah. See, listen, look in the chat now. Tony's now he's going, yeah, I'm a noob. Laughing my ass off. I never did.
Has Lisa snowboarded before?
I think so, but there was a lot of falling, but that's to be expected.
Well, yeah. I've been snow skiing one time, and that's when I was in 8th grade.
I mean,
time ago.
whether it be tomorrow, which I'm just doubting at this point, but even if it's next week, my recommendation is that we do coffee in Colorado before we even take our first run, because there could be a lot of pissed off attitudes. And I think it'd be better to just sit, have a coffee before we get on the mountain, and then let all that anger out on the mountain.
I think that you need to come back after. I think the conversation after you all do it is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, maybe both. Maybe coffee in Colorado and then like a short.
Right. Well, Tony said that she did it once in high school.
Right. Yeah. Maybe like a sandwich event might be nice, but I think that it would be a lot. I think it'd be a very short video after. Usually, and that's just being honest too. Like, I don't care how athletic people are or whatever. Like, your first day snowboarding sucks. Like, your hips and your butt are gonna hurt really bad.
I just have no desire to be out in the cold like that. Zero.
Holly, I was out in a last weekend. Like, we did one day in the backcountry, but like a week before it, I was at Loveland in a long sleeve t-shirt and just my snow pants.
What was the temperature?
48, sunny.
Really?
Yeah.
How
not a cloud in the sky. Perfect bluebird day. And you got to remember, when it's 48 and sunny at 11,000 feet, it feels like 60 degrees, and you're almost wanting to take the layer off of nothing you do have on.
Well, how does the snow not melt?
Huh? Well, it is melting.
So I'm going to say, you really can't snowboard when it's like 60 degrees out.
No, because it comes through and it pounds, and it gives us like when Max and I went last weekend, we got 36 inches in 12 hours.
Wow.
Okay, so that lasts for a while. So then you can have like a bunch of bluebird days to burn it down. That's why people rush up to the mountain when it's supposed to get hit really hard, because we all want to get in that fresh powder and get that workout in. We don't care about the cold. But then there's always a wave that follows it of sunny days, and and it melts off. It's just what happens. It's life.
So what month would you say that your area is pretty much done with snow? You're not going to see any more for a while. April?
And yeah, I would. So Tony might argue with me on this. Tony's been here longer than me. I've been in Denver since 98. And I would say end of April, but we've seen hardcore May snows. And by that, I mean like 4 or 5 day ones where like my neighbor has like she actually runs a catering. My next door neighbor actually runs a catering business out of her backyard. And I watched her one May plant everything going, and it all got killed in a third frost.
Well, I know there's always going to be an exception. I mean, in Illinois,
right? But it's
a big ice storm in April.
But it happens. I mean, like if you're doing gardens and stuff out here, you're smart to wait until after Memorial Day.
Wow.
Because yeah, it's sunny and nice in the beginning of May, but you just don't want to risk it. You just don't know.
All right.
I mean, A Basin is open till the second week of June. You can go snowboarding.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
I mean, it usually becomes slush, and we have like weird events up there. Like they have this like box derby where like you and 3 other people can only use Gorilla Glue and cardboard to make something to get the 4 of you down the mountain. It's pretty funny because it's always falling apart on the way down.
That would be fun.
But there's still some snowboarding to be had, some slushing.
Yeah. Well, with me thinking about coming out there in the spring, I'm just wondering. I just don't want to come when it's cold or snowy.
Yeah. I mean, June. Gary's coming out in June. Or July.
Yes?
Sorry. Yeah, Gary's coming out in July. We're going to go up to the mountains. So
You're going to the mountains for what in July?
just to hit up Mount Princeton Hot Springs.
What are you going to get Gary to do in the mountains? That's what I want to know.
4-wheeling.
Oh, you want to go 4-wheeling? I'm in.
Yeah, like ATVs over the Continental Divide.
Ugh, I'm in.
I mean, if somebody else can like beat that with coolness, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I love the 4-wheel.
Yeah, and if honestly, to anybody who's like, oh, I haven't done that, I don't know if I like it, you would love it, I would say.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody, and this kind of thing is like a whole day trek.
Every time that my husband and I go on a cruise and we stop somewhere that has that, they offer that somewhere on an island, we always try to do that because it's just, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, ATVs over the Continental Divide, there's nothing like it. I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere. The only other people out there are occasionally other ATVs, but really you're more going to see wildlife, not people.
Right.
So,
well, at least it gets you away from the bears faster.
Yeah. You don't, even though those things can move, you don't want to try and outrun a bear, though. I mean, those bears can get trucking. It's no joke about don't run from a bear.
No, I know.
Like
my aunt complains because she tries to find the bears.
Yeah.
She says, I'm the only one in Colorado that actually goes out and looks for the bears, and I can't find one.
I mean, I always have like 2 things of bear mace on me, and I would feel so bad, but I know they work like nobody's business.
Oh, she has deer that come up to her door and eat right out of her hand.
I wouldn't use it unless I was being attacked. I wouldn't see a bear and go, oh, no! Like,
right.
They go like 50 feet. I mean, like, you play it, you try and let them walk away, but it's better to have it than to be eaten.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
But yeah, let's do this in 2 weeks. And Ashley, we need you here in March. Not in 2 weeks. We need you here in March. Holly and I need one more week of working out one more time of working out the kinks. And then we need a show with Ashley here.
Alrighty, let's see. Let's see, this is February, so we have one more February show. So yeah, a month from now, maybe she can make it. So Ashley, you can let us know if you're still around, if you're still here. If not, we'll send you a message.
If not, we'll get it to her. But then also, everybody should be liking this and thumbs upping it, and I'm going to share it. But also, Holly needs to be chopping this up into videos.
We'll talk about that.
Really? I want to see you do it for your channel. Like, I mean, you could make a edit of a Kroger piece from this.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that when we're done.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. There's not a chance we're not going to, because I'm going to make her do it. Because I just, you guys, this is gonna be cool. We're gonna talk about mainly dumpling, and when I'm home, like last week we got into it a bit, but now I'm getting more clients. I know Holly has them too. We got a lot of, we got some good stories to show you guys just from the numbers. I mean, we can just show you like how our customers treat us, but then it's more than that too. It's the bond we have with our customers and the fact that they're not blindly using apps, and I think that's where the appreciation comes in.
And actually, I was going to tell you, I did have a new customer this week, and it was somebody that just needed me to do a return for them at Target. And so, I thought it was going to be a quick thing, and so I did my delivery only option, which is $19.99. I had him choose that just, because it was a just go pick it up and take it back for him thing. Well, it ended up being a more complicated return than anticipated, because they told her that she had through a certain date, but it was an electronic item. So then the store was saying, no, you don't have to that date. The date's expired. And so anyway, this thing had to go back and forth. And I ended up spending 2.5 hours on something I thought was going to take, a half hour with travel time. So
But I real quickly too, when you asked me like how I'm getting my customers, I say word of mouth. How do you get yours?
Magic. No, let me finish
I
this
mean,
story first. So, but anyway, because I spent so, I didn't, this was an expensive item that I was returning for her, so I wasn't just going to be like, oh, well, they can't do it. I'm just, oh, well, here, have it back, because it was an expensive item and I would be upset if I were in her shoes. So, I hung in there with her and did what I could. And we ended up being able to return it. But she ended up tipping me $75 is my point. So, yes, my original price was $19.99 to do this for her. It ended up taking 2.5 hours, but then she tipped me $75. So I ended up making $94 and some change on this. So, it just goes to show that you just never know how something's going to turn out.
But I can even present to you that even if it was $20 tip, it's still been worth it to you on that personal level.
It would have, and I tell you why, even because you never know. You go out of your way for somebody, like I feel like I did. I feel like I provided really good customer service to her that day. And, had she not tipped me anything, I still would have been glad that I did it, because doing that for someone shows them what kind of person you are and they want to work with you in the future. It leads to future business and word of mouth, hopefully, so with or without the tip, I'm glad that I did what I did.
Yeah.
But the tip is obviously nice. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. My son just rode up to me. So,
okay. All right, let's close it out here.
You can go inside. I'm just finishing up a live stream. Yeah.
Hey, Max.
He just, he's getting home from his, lifeguarding. So okay. He rides his bike and he's wearing pitch dark clothes. I didn't see him creeping up on me.
Oh, he scared you a little bit, did he?
No, I just was like, dude, there's nothing reflective on you. I don't like this. Like right. I get being, that black clothing's cool and all that, but like, dude, it's dark and like I need to buy him some I guess some reflective stickers like Van wears or something.
Yeah, probably. All right, well, listen, it's we've been on here almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Yes.
So we will be back.
2 weeks,
wait,
guys.
Tell us what you have going on in this next week real quick. What you have coming up on your channel.
Some pretty big stuff. On Friday you guys can go check out. I got all the normal things, Driver Nation, Coffee in Colorado, all the things I always do, but there's 2 big things coming up that I do want to mention. This Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I will have Mike Harubi on, who is New Jobs America, and we will be talking about the state of independent contractorship. He has wrote legislation for independent contractors in the state of Massachusetts and in the state of New York both. And he's been doing this for about 50 years. But then on the 22nd of this month, something huge is happening. I have Kim Cavan and Karen Anderson. Those names might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but they are the workhorses and wolves behind the scenes, keeping independent contractors alive, you guys. Karen Anderson is the #1 fighter of AB5. And I'm not talking about, so don't get thrown off, California people, about Prop 22. She's not after your Prop 22 money. She's after the stupid law that made it so that a Prop 22 had to exist. And the AB5 that ended millions of 30-year careers. And because she's a freelance writer, her Facebook group is 110,000 strong of freelance writers and attorneys. And I'm happy to be turning everybody onto that during the live stream. And Kim Cavan on the other side of the country is actually from New Jersey, writes for the Washington Post, and the New York Times, and does a lot and has a whole career of all kinds of stuff that she writes for. But she, even when I said Washington Post is the main one there, she goes against the flow a lot. They don't like what she has to say a lot, but they still will. Everybody will print what Kim writes, and that's why they want her, because if they don't take her, everybody wants her, because she knows what she's talking about. But she also goes into legislation. Like we were just talking about the other day that she filibustered. She was like not a congressman filibustering, but she was somebody who was just giving 15 seconds to speak and at a legislation about carving out caddies, because caddies needed to carve out, because otherwise the multi-billionaires were going to have to treat them as employees, that they needed to stay freelancers in New Jersey. So she went down there and she was given 15 seconds to speak, or like a minute, basically a YouTube short worth. And she filibustered for 4 hours until they shut the session down.
I don't understand all that silliness.
My point is, these are the ladies who are fighting for all of us behind the scenes to help make the gig economy, independent contractorship, being your own boss, the freedom to be all that even possible. And they're two of the strongest people I know, and so is Mike too. But on that day,
that show Friday, you said that's at 2:00. Is that your time?
Friday at 2, and then the 22nd is a Wednesday, and that one will also be at 2 p.m. I think Eastern.
Oh, that's Eastern time or Colorado time?
Eastern, both.
Eastern. Okay, 2:00 Eastern time. All right.
But this Friday is Mike Harubi, and you guys, I challenge every gig economy person, worker, independent contractor, self-employed, anything, platform worker, to be at that. It's a lot. We're doing it live, and he'll answer all questions. He's great at this stuff. So please show up and ask questions.
I'll be there.
Thanks, Holly.
You can maybe shoot me a text and remind me, because I do tend to forget. No, I'll send an alarm on my phone. I'll write it down right now.
Okay.
I hate that when I forget Driver's Nation and it's like I missed like the first half hour or something, because I always try to make that every week too. I really like that show on Friday night.
Yeah, I think that one's growing pretty big too. Like, I think that we've got a good crew there that really enjoys the three of us together.
That's a fun show.
And it's the only time a week we get Tom. I really like Tom.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean,
I do too. He's a crack up.
Yeah, he's just been, ever since I met him a year and a half ago, he's just been a good guy. So.
Oh, you've only known him for a year and a half?
Yeah, but we were working together like the next day.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "Hey, you want to work with me?" I was like, "Yep." Like, he sold me in one conversation. So.
All right. Well, till next time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you Friday, 2:00 on your channel, or tomorrow for Coffee in Colorado, right?
Yes. No, it's going to happen and that's on the Driven's channel.
Yes.
But that it'll happen. I'm going to need to get with Tony, because I highly doubt what we told you guys last week is going to happen.
But you'll still be there tomorrow chit-chatting.
Oh, we're always there for Coffee in Colorado. I'm just saying we're going to be here in Denver.
Okay. And that's tomorrow on the Driven Dads channel.
In fact, I can now say that for sure, because it's 6:30 now out here, and I haven't got any gear ready for Tony, and my muscles are tired, and I'm not grinding a board down tonight. So no, we're not.
So you're out of luck tomorrow, Tony. Sorry.
It's a week out. I told him, and Holly, you'll appreciate this. I told him, "Hey, listen, stop by over the weekend." And he's like, because he said, "Yeah, well, I'll stop by Tuesday." And I was like, "No, dude, don't stop by Tuesday for Wednesday morning. Stop by over the weekend. Let's get you all geared up." And it also would have helped me. Maybe he gets it now. Just kidding, Tony. I love you, but we do have to do it sooner. That it can't just be done like hours before. It's not as magical or as quick as it seems. So there's a lot of work that I got to put in to make it happen for all of us.
4-wheeling will be a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, snowboarding is going to be awesome, so it's going to be fun. But,
right.
Okay, I'm going to share this on my channel, too. Everybody should hear the Kroger story. If you are watching right now and you missed the start of this, go back and listen.
Yeah,
And
we'll get it out there.
Comment on this video, too, if this is going on in your area with Kroger, because Kroger's everywhere almost. I mean, I know it's not everywhere. It's not where Holly is, but in almost every state, Kroger's represented, even if it's not Kroger.
Well, like it is in my hometown in Illinois where my daughter lives. So that I'll be asking her if she's heard about that yet.
I mean, in every state, pretty much, Kroger has a I mean,
they do, and actually they have something here. I'm trying to think what they own down here.
I mean, here it's King Soopers, and King Soopers is the main competitor of Safeway. So if everybody's familiar with Safeways, I think everybody is. That's like those are the two main grocery stores here in Colorado. It's King Soopers and Safeway. King Soopers is Kroger, and it's as big as Safeway, hands down. Most people would probably say more so.
Yeah, I haven't been in a Safeway.
So my point is that this is a bad market to lose, and I'm gonna have to record some of these.
Well,
I don't know what
the boundaries
are to me recording them and reposting them so that you guys can see the commercials.
Do it.
I would think
if they're there, they're probably doing it everywhere. If they're doing it there, it's probably everywhere.
The commercials I'm getting are directly geared at Colorado, though. It almost looks like before voting, you know, like when they're talking about like addendums and stuff. It's like they're like going no, and they're like going through this whole process with these commercials, and it's all animated. It's crazy. I mean, it's and you got to know out here that King Soopers does these animated stupid commercials. Like even on TV, you'd see like this, just it's weird dancing and these animated characters, but they've incorporated that into this.
I'll Google it. I bet I can find it.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, from what I can tell, they're just looking to end their relationship with Instacart.
Who's talking to you in your car?
Oh, that's Display Ride.
Oh,
DisplayRide.com, people. It's free. It's you pay the monthly charge of $19, and it unlimited cloud storage, front back recording at all times, unlimited cloud storage. And if I push this button right here, I just engaged that on my phone. I'm going to get the last 2 minutes of footage from both sent to my phone in 30 seconds. So let me tell you the perk of that. If I were just in an accident, I hit that. Before the cops get there, I have 2 angles on the whole thing on my phone.
Is that for everybody, or is that only for rideshare drivers?
No, this is Display Ride. You pay DisplayRide.com. You go there.
But I thought you had to be a rideshare driver to do that. You don't?
Nope, because you pay $19 a month.
Okay.
They'll send you the camera for free. That's the coolest part. The camera's free.
Yep, I did know that. I remembered that from when I looked at it.
I mean, you don't even have to be doing any gig work. You can have this just because you're smart.
Oh.
Even if if your car gets hit, you know?
Right.
I mean, this is better than insurance. This is $19 a month. I mean, I don't pay because I plug it. So there's my plug.
Do you have a code to share or something that gets you something?
I don't think, it used to be like he said, the owner is super cool. His name's Abdul. He's in LA, and he used to just say, leave in the comments that you knew Steve.
Oh.
But I don't know. Just go to Display Ride. It's not even about a plug. I mean, it's not even about me or anything. Again, guys, it's $19 a month. I mean, for those of you that are looking, because I always get asked about, I have 2 going. I have one here on my rear view that tapes front and back, But this is the one on my rear view is the kind that if somebody grabs it and runs, they have my SD card. So
actually, that's what I was going to mention when you said about that going to the cloud, that for people that don't know
this is everything is in real time to the cloud. So if they grab this, it actually, and if they grabbed the camera and ran out the door, it actually tapes for another 3 minutes once it's unplugged. So you'd actually have their location for 3
minutes. That's even better. And that camera films front and behind?
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
Huh.
It's very small.
Now, have you ever just seen something interesting on the road and like sent it to your phone just so you could use it like on a YouTube video or something?
Oh yeah, but also at the end of every like when I turn the car off today, it'll say, it sends me a video to my email and it says, here was your day, and it's the entire day in like 3 minutes, like an 8-hour day, let's say, in 3 minutes.
What?
And then it just does it super quick in case like you just want to like refresh yourself to, oh wait, and then you can ask for any portion of the day, like, hey, even without that part, you can just say, hey, can you send me from 1 p.m. to 1:40 p.m.? I mean, that's a big block, but like, hey, 1 o'clock to 1:20 p.m. You can do that at the end of your day, and they'll send you that block of video.
Really? Interesting. All right, I'll go check it out again.
Everybody should. I mean, the major thing to it is that the camera's free, guys. I mean, you're paying for a monthly service. The camera's free. I mean,
you send it back if you cancel your service, I assume.
Yeah, but the bottom line is though, like this camera is the one I love. I'm gonna be honest. If you're watching and he knows this, I prefer my camera on this. I love it, but if somebody were to grab that, I'm screwed because that one's SD. Abdul's is real time to the cloud. So if somebody grabs it, I can get all the footage still.
What is it that you like about the other one better?
Just because it clamps onto my rear view, and that when I was doing a lot of rideshare, I'm able to actually push a button that shows people that they're being recorded in a funny way, that it's in the rear view.
Okay.
And it makes it very prominent. So if like some people are getting like hot and heavy in the back or anything weird, I can just be like, man, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're being recorded.
Gotcha.
I'm not live.
How does the other one attach?
I'm not live streaming them. I'm just pointing out, hey, I have a copy of this.
Right.
And I could do a lot of things with it. So.
And how does display ride? How does that attach?
What do you mean? Oh, this one. Oh, just right to the windshield. You just a little sticker to the windshield, and then you just leave it up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean it's a nothing, and then it's got all kinds of options. I've actually because this one is plugged into the I actually have the cable running up through the panel, but the display ride you can run through through USB, or you can run it. I've got this one running even through a cigarette lighter, old school. So I mean, like
cigarette lighter. When's the last time you saw him put a lighter in a car?
Well, the funny thing is they still put these in the car, but they don't ever get a lighter, right?
And you can't even get a lighter, because I actually ordered one time and they don't work in there.
Right, which is stupid, because for people that do smoke, and I'm not, and I know Holly smokes, and I heavily don't want her to. But it's safer to have that lighter than to be fumbling for a lighter.
Yeah.
I mean, is my point. So I mean, like,
I keep mine on my phone.
No, I mean, but that one is I remember my grandpa was a smoker his whole life, and he used to just push that in, and he was never like looking around for something. Like, he just would pull it out and it was just done. But now
old days.
But now it's just to remind people.
Now it's just a hole.
Yeah, like, hey, remember when you could use this?
Right.
Charging cable connected.
But yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we're on an hour 35, so I need to go make some money.
Good night.
All right. Good night. I will we'll see y'all in 2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks.
Thanks for joining us. All right. Bye.